What is going on, guys? So today we are back in the center of Kiev, ready to go and look at some more apartments. So this is the continuation of our first episode of looking at condominiums and private houses in Kiev, and this is gonna be the second episode in the series where we're gonna go to a brand new complex and gonna look at some amazing apartments here. And so stay tuned, you're gonna learn a ton about real estate in Kiev and in the entire Ukraine. And so you might find this super useful. Alright, so we just arrived at this apartment complex and it's just outside of Kiev. So this is not technically Kiev. It's about 5 miles or something, or 5 kilometers outside of Kiev. And as you can see, they even have a little bit of a beach here. They have some swans even. And this is all part of this territory. They have a little lake here. They have some sand. And there's the complex over there. And so this is one of the advantages of moving away from the city, is that you have a lot more room and you have even a nice view here with the lake, with this small little lake. And this is the complex right there. And looks like they're going to be building more because they have some more land there. So here we are a little bit close up to the buildings, and as you can see, it's a completely different style. You don't have these very tall buildings that's very common in Kiev, in the center, or even just outside the center. You kind of have these, what are these, like five-story buildings. This one is 5-story, that one looks like an 8-story building. That one is a little bit too high for my taste. But personally, if I was buying something, I would prefer something on the shorter side. So something like this, which is a 5-story, even something like a 4-story building. And as you can see, it's very nicely done. You have grass, you have these areas for barbecue, you have a playground, a kids' playground, and they're expanding, they're building more things. And so I even like this complex a lot more at the first glance than the previous one we looked at. Obviously this depends on how it looks like on the inside, but so far it looks really cool. It looks really good. That one was a little bit too busy for my taste. So as you can see, there's a lot of amenities here. You have a ton of these buildings. You have a soccer field here, or football field for my European friends. You have a children's playground, and so it's a lot calmer. This is what I like. I think as I've gotten older, I'm so tired of the noise and things like that. I want things to be a little bit quiet and peaceful, and it certainly does not disappoint in that regard. And so you have a soccer field here, you have another building over there, and from what I've been told, there's a couple of other lakes here as well. And so you have a little bit of a nice design there, things like that. And honestly, this reminds me a little bit about how it is in California. When I used to live in Palo Alto, I lived in buildings just like these ones. And they were not right in the center, but just outside. So this is a little bit kind of this, I don't know, I want to say California style, but it's probably like this all over the US. But in Europe they have a lot of these kind of buildings. In Germany it's very common, in Sweden, these low-rise buildings, not with 1,000,000 stories, 25 stories that they're building in other parts of the cities. Because let's face it, if you're not New York City, there's no reason to live in a freaking high-rise on the 50th floor somewhere, because it's not going to be like New York City. And so As you can see, they have another lake here. They have another children's playground. They're building some new buildings, and I'm not sure if those are actually part of this complex. They're building a gym, and so we're waiting to go and meet a salesperson and look at the insides and see what they're really like over there. And this apartment already comes remodeled, okay? And so this is one of the cheaper remodels here. And we have the kitchen here. We have a balcony. Obviously, it's not gonna look like this. We can enter this balcony here. And obviously, you're not gonna have this view of construction outside. But this is kind of this balcony here that looks something like this. It's actually livable. It's closed off from the rest. And here we have the kitchen here. We can take a look. We got the kitchen. We got the kitchen that comes with it. And let me show you the bedrooms. And so here's the main room here. This is what it looks like. And remember, this is one of the cheaper remodelings. You do not need to get it if you don't want it. It's optional. But this is kind of what you have here. Let me show you, this is the bathroom right here. This is what the bathroom looks like. It's separated, so you have the toilet in one room, and then you have the bath in the other room right here. This is kind of the main area here. And this apartment is around 43 square meters, so around 450 square feet for my American friends. And this is kind of on the small side. I would say I would probably go for something a little bit larger. And that is something I'm going to be showing you next. Alright, so this is the second apartment, and the style they're calling it minimalism. And it kind of reminds me of the IKEA showroom here, because it's very bright, kind of has that Scandinavian style here. Here you have the bathroom with the bath here, and as you can see, it's all together here. And you have the kitchen here, a little bit on the, well, I wanted to say on the small side, but it's fairly decent. You have all of this that's coming through. Now remember, in Ukraine, when you buy an apartment, you do not get it remodeled. You just get it, the white box is what it's called. And so if you want remodeling, it is extra. And so here you have the closet, a walk-in closet, which is kind of nice, if you ask me, with the walk-in closet. Never had a walk-in closet before. Pretty cool. And then you have the master bath here. And you can also buy this apartment along with the furniture if you'd like. And this, to me, I don't know if this is something I want. It's a little bit too bright for me. Something is off. I don't know. I probably want a little bit darker. It looks like a hotel room, if you ask me. But yeah, for those that want it, it's an option. And then we have the kitchen here. Okay, so here we have a 2-bedroom apartment. This is probably my favorite one of them all. We have the floors that a little bit darker. I like darker floors. The bathroom is bright, and that's fine. It's a bathroom. It should look all white and clean. Then we have the kitchen here, which I like because it's a little bit darker. The closets here are darker. It's not as bright. And still it's kitchen, so it's fine. We have a more contemporary looking kitchen table here. I really like the chairs here, really good, really comfortable to sit in. We have this, we have nice sunlight view. Next we have the master bedroom, and this looks also really nice. It's not awfully big, but it's also a very good size that I think is perfect for, I would say, like 2 people, 1 or 2 people. We have a nice chair here, all this, and I really like it. And so when we spoke with the realtor, she said that most people choose to have the remodeling added to the apartment, or the cost of the apartment, to get it done as well. But they do not want to buy it with the furniture. And here we have a walk-in closet, which is a big advantage here. It looks really nice. And so this is my favorite apartment of them all, if you ask me. And this is the last apartment here. It's a 2-bedroom apartment, and the style is called classical style. And so let's start with the kitchen here. And it's also a very bright apartment because of the furniture. It's very white. And we have the kitchen here. We have the main components of the kitchen. We have a stove here, range. We have even a dishwasher, which is a rarity here in Ukraine. I think I only lived in one apartment in my life that had a dishwasher. And I've used that dishwasher maybe a few times, actually. I think it's helpful when you have a lot of people. We have the main area here. Next, we have kind of the living room here. And it's not a huge living room, but it's also not a tiny living room. And so you're going to have a view. Obviously, you're not going to have a view on some construction that's happening. It's going to be something nicer. We have a couch here, a shelf for some clothing and things like that. Next is we have the divided bathroom. And so we have the toilet here in one room, and it's divided. And then we have the bath here in the other room. And so here is everything that comes in the bathroom. And honestly, I'm not kind of used to this divided. I don't know if I'm a big fan of the divided bathrooms. And so here we have the main bedroom, and it's got a nice look to it. It's got a nice feel to it. Very clean, nice views here that you have as well. And so you have some nice views of the environment. It might be the lake, or it could be another house. Maybe it's facing more inside the complex. That really is gonna depend. But it looks kind of cool, if you ask me. This is a nice size. It's not huge. It's not small. And so when you're buying apartments, you have a lot of options that you can check out. Maybe you like one, maybe you like the other, and you can take a look and you can decide if you want to buy it along with the remodeling, if you want to buy it without the remodeling, if you want to buy it with remodeling and furniture. You have a lot of options at your disposal. Alright guys, so we finished viewing the apartments here. We are ready to go back home. I really hope you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed a little bit of a tour of some of the apartment complexes here. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I will see you later.